Okay. So good. This is your life. All right. Hey, everybody. We're a few minutes late because someone didn't want to get out of the bathtub tonight. Apparently, it's fantastic in there. Who knew? I'm petrified of baths because I watch too many horror movies, and that's where all the bad things happen. Because I'm crazy. But he loves me. Okay. So now I need to pick out some books, and I actually dressed him in his Grinch shirt tonight. It's not intentional, but I am also wearing a Christmas shirt. So let's maybe pick a Christmas book here, and then we'll go from there. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Mouse's Christmas Gift is good. Right? That's a good one. And your child singing some Paul McCartney. Yeah. Okay. Towel. Let's do. Say. Okay. What we got going on back here? Here's some good ones. What we got going on here? The Very Happy Hippo. That could be fun. Okay. I don't like that very often. And I don't know where Sandra Boynton be looking a little bit. Let's see what we got going on down here. Let's read. Let's do the going to bed book. That seems appropriate. Okay, so our choices for tonight are as follows. Are you ready, Athena? Are you ready for story time, little girl? Yes. Oh, fantastic. Good. Oh, yes. Get comfy, get cozy. It is sleepy time. So we've got the going to bed book. And we've got the Very Happy Hippo. And Mouse's Christmas Gift. That's a good little smattering, isn't it? Okay, darling. Now, you gotta pick which book? Mouse's Christmas Gift. Okay, let's start with that one. Aren't you precious? You all precious over here, little. Okay, Mouse's Christmas Gift. Let's see. Okey-doke. Mouse shivered in the drafty sanctuary of the church. The room looked bleak and bare. Where was Parson? Mouse scurried over to Parson's empty study and glanced at the calendar. December 23rd. Something wasn't right. As he crept back to the sanctuary, Mouse glanced around the room and realized what was missing. In the storage closet, he burrowed through boxes, searched until he found the right one. Could he arrange the delicate figurines? Pulling and prodding, lugging and lifting, Mouse worked until he finished the job. When he was done, sweet baby Jesus slept in the manger. Beside him stood Joseph and Mary, God's faithful servants. There was a magnificent angel that announced the greatest message of joy the earth would ever know. Lowly shepherds and sheep, chosen to hear and spread the good news, were there. And last but not least, the wise men from the east, who followed the star and brought gifts to the King of Kings. But something still did not feel right. Where could Parson be? Mouse got through the crack in the wall. He raced through his tunnels until his wet nose poked into the small living quarters in the back of the church. Parson, your fever is worse, said his wife as she brushed her hand across his forehead. Parson began to cough. I guess I have no choice, he mumbled as he pulled the quilt over his thin, shivering frame. Mouse watched Parson's wife nail a note to the door of the old church. Christmas Eve service canceled. Mouse's tail drew. Parson had never canceled a Christmas Eve service before. Mouse had to do something. But what? Back to the boxes. He tripped and fell on something hard and made of wax. He had an idea. Mouse Mouse set a sturdy candle in the window of the old church and lit its wick. The glow filled the room. Nor would anyone see it. That night, Mouse stared at the nativity in the soft glow of the candlelight as he drifted off to sleep. Mr. Clean. Across town, Alexander Stevens peered out his window into the starry night. The streets of the village looked deserted. The decorations stayed tucked away. Grim, worried villagers repeated the phrase, "No money for Christmas." Alexander sighed. "It really take money to celebrate Christmas." In the distance, he saw the silhouette of the old church, its strong steeple pointing to heaven. He blinked, then blinked again. What was that in the light of the window? Me too. Me too, precious. You know that? Oh, baby. Sweet boy. Sweet little girl. While his parents slept, Alexander stepped softly out into the crisp air and gathered pine branches and holly, forming a circle. He ran to the church door and hung his meager wreath in place. "Joy to the world," Alexander whispered to himself as he headed back home. She licking you. That's silly, puppy. The next day, Lizzie Jenkins noticed Alexander's wreath on the door of the church. She pointed and said to her sister, "That pine tree looks bare standing next to the wreath. Let's tie our hair ribbons on its branches for Christmas." You get him. You get him, Athena. You get him. From his forge, the blacksmith watched hair ribbons, quilting squares, and scraps of fabric appear on the tree as many passers-by stopped to add a decoration. He began to heat and shape a piece of scrap metal into a shining star. When the blacksmith thought no one was looking, he carried a ladder over and set the star in its place. Out of her window, Widow Bartholomew's eyes studied the blacksmith as he placed the star on top of the tree. A smile had gone to her face. She looked in her cupboard and spotted the jar of strawberry jam she had saved for a special occasion. Then she set out to baking bread. That night, on Christmas Eve, a small group of villagers gathered in front of the darkened church. Mouse peered out the window, and his heart began to pound. They came! He raced up the door frame and unlocked the latch. "My baby." The townspeople talked and whispered in front of the church. "It's been a while since I've been to church. Where's Parson and his wife? I think he's been ill." They tried the door and found it unlocked. "Hey, Alistair. Coming to join the reading sesh?" "I don't know what to say about here tonight." "Whoa, easy there, you two. There's a thing called gravity and edges of beds." What? Yeah, it's wet. So? Can't possibly be your nails. I didn't cut them this morning. That was like the last thing she did before she left your home. "I could light a fire in the stove," said the blacksmith. "I've brought my bread and strawberry jam to share," added Widow Bartholomew. The villagers sat in the pews and looked at each other. "What's next?" "We have our voices," said Mrs. Stevens. So they began to sing. "Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and ever pining, till he appeared, and the soul felt his weight. Until hope the weary world rejoicing." I don't know. I assume it's the same thing, but I also don't. The last one. Parson heard the music from his bed. What was going on? Careful. He wrapped himself in his quilt and walked to the door. His wife followed behind. As they entered the chapel, someone began reading from the Bible, Luke chapter 2. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. Parsons sat down in a pew and stared. Why had the people come? Who set up the nativity? Had he left the church unlocked? Closed his eyes and listened. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find the baby wrapped in clothes and lying in a manger. Carson smiled. Good news of great joy. The baby Jesus is the Savior for all people. He fills our greatest need. Mouse watched from his home in the wall, a smile on his face. He nibbled a bit of bread and strawberry jam. Christmas Eve, all was well. All right. All right. And then which one do you want to read? Dalsandra? The Very Happy Hippo? Okay. That's a good choice. Silly backs. There was something very wrong with Horace. He had everything a small hippo could possibly need. Mountains of food, a lot of toys, and plenty of mud. But Horace wasn't a happy hippo. There was something missing from his life. The trouble was that Daddy Hippo was a very busy hippo. What? What's up with your finger? What? There's nothing wrong with it. There was always someone to see or somewhere to go. Daddy Hippo just wouldn't stop, and so Horace got more and more upset. Then one morning, when Horace asked him to play, Daddy Hippo surprised everyone by saying, "Okay." "Yippee!" cried Horace, and he gave his dad a big hug and asked him when. Daddy Hippo said, "I think I can manage this afternoon." Then he rushed off to work. Horace was so excited, he spent the morning getting everything ready. He could hardly wait for his dad to come home. What a happy hippo Horace was. He waited and waited. He waited until the sun set. He waited until the first star began to shine. But still there was no sign of Daddy Hippo. When Mommy Hippo came to look for her little son, she didn't have to ask what was wrong. Poor Horace was so upset there was only one thing he could do. He waited until all the big hippos had gone to bed. They tiptoed off the jungle, down the jungle path in the pouring rain. Halfway along the path, Horace stopped. He drew a circle in the mud. Then he began to dig. And when the hole was really good and deep, he scrambled out and carefully covered the top with sticks and grass and leaves. Then he crept back home again and fell fast asleep. The next morning began with a loud crash. All the hippos rushed out. Horace was the quickest. In fact, he was a bit too quick. Before you could say, "Help, heavy hippopotamus!" Horace had fallen into his own hippo trap, right on top of his. Oh my gosh, pages. Right on top of his big round dad. Careful, baby. Daddy Hippo looked at Horace, and Horace looked at Daddy Hippo. Daddy Hippo rubbed the dirt from his eyes and snorted. And then he burst out laughing. He laughed and laughed and laughed. Then Daddy Hippo picked up a great big lump of sticky mud and threw it at Horace. So Horace picked up an even bigger, wetter lump and threw it back. It must have been wonderful mud because they played all day. And they rolled on their backs and chatted about underwater bubbles and how to walk along riverbeds. And they did everything all over again. And Horace was a very happy hippo. By the time the moon rose and the first star came out, Horace was so tired that Daddy Hippo had to carry him home to bed. As he was tucking Horace in, little Hippo opened one sleepy eye. I can't wait until tomorrow, he whispered. Neither can I, Daddy Hippo whispered back. Stop! Where's that last book? There. Okay. You started this, girl. Don't look at me. I'm not gonna help you. You've got his motor going now. He's got the crazies. Do you have the crazies? You do? You have the crazies? Oh my. Oh my goodness. It is crazy. They all are crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Alright, the going to bed book. That's right, the going to bed book. The sun has set not long ago. Now everybody goes below to take a bath in one big tub. Hey, you're not helping. With soap all over, scrub, scrub, scrub. They hang their towels on the wall and find pajamas, big and small. With some on top and some beneath, they brush and brush and brush their teeth. I'm going to do that with you. And when the moon is on the rise, they all go up to exercise. And down once more, but not so fast. They're on their way to bed at last. The day is done. They say goodnight, and somebody turns off the light. The moon is high, the sea is deep. They rock and rock and rock to sleep. Y'all are crazy. All are crazy poopa choops. All right, well, I think what gives to 20 minutes, but that's okay. Hi. Oh, my goodness. My goodness, crazy boy. My goodness. Okay. Oh, careful. 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 Keep everybody alive. Everybody stay alive. What do you want from me? He's playing with you. What? You need some saving too? Is that what needs to happen here? Okay. All right, guys. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. You're crazy, crazy. And you look so panicked, Alistair. Poor Alistair. He's just got this panicked look on his face, like, oh, what's happening? Oh, these dogs. All right, guys. Well, I have to get him to focus and try and brush his teeth because we didn't do that yet because he had his bath tonight. All right. So we will see you tomorrow night with more shenanigans. And guys. These two. All right. Good night, guys. We will see you tomorrow.